You are in blue also?
I am, yes.
This cannot be a mistake. We are coming from the same source.
I know, right? Okay, looks like we're going on. Okay, so I see we're going up.
You are in blue also?
Okay. I am, yes.
Ah, we are live. Okay, I'm going to share it right now.
Okay, sounds good. And
Okay,
then
share.
I'm
Beautiful.
muted on my side. So everybody let us know if you are here joining us live. When you come on, let us know. Can you hear us?
Okay, so I did that over there, and now
All right. Hey, everybody that's here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. We're sharing the links. If you are here with us watching, let us know you can hear us. I hope that you can. The angels are saying yes. So that's good.
that's good. It's a good sign.
Yes, that's always a good sign.
Okay, I just shared it. Let's see what's going to happen now. Okay, I shared it.
Okay, awesome. So that's okay. We might have people watching the replay. It's hard to publicize when you're going live because it doesn't really let you share a live. Well, like you did, but then we couldn't get ourselves on it.
I believe actually when you decide to go straight live without, posting before, maybe there is when you can add someone. I believe.
Okay, well,
I
we can try it again next time for sure. We'll get it down one of these times.
For sure.
So, hey, girl.
Hello.
We're both wearing blue. I love it.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Because when I posted about our live today, I did you see I chose two colors? I chose blue and purple.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I do see that.
Yeah.
Emma's here. She says, such a treat. Two beautiful souls together. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Emma. Can you just like give us some hearts? Can you hear us? We just like don't know. We're doing the whole Zoom go live on YouTube thing. So there's always a weirdness. Oh, she's giving us hearts. Yes. Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Oh my gosh, we're kind of like loving this. This is our third collab.
It's we are naturals.
We are naturals, and I love what comes in, and it's so cool. And we never have an agenda, you guys. So we're just kind of, intuitively guiding. Like I'm sure we both have some notes because we did. I asked Nicoleta if we could, because I just like the last time we went live, I had a song come in as an inspiration. Do you want to share it for everybody what the song was?
You say the name, I say what I felt.
Okay, so I know it's so good. And we're gonna share it. Okay, you guys will share it because
Yeah.
we just went live. We'll put it in the description box. The song is Dream a Little Dream of Me. We were led to the Mama Papa version, the mamas and the papas version. So like
Only when you say those words, it's like it's touching me so, so deep, and I'm seeing the healing spiral. So we are going deep with this one. I feel it.
I feel it too because I was sharing with you. I don't know how much you looked into it, but the song has a very special story, and when Archangel Chamuel came forward with this, it was actually in mid-October, girl. It was a while ago. It's funny, this time just keeps moving and moving. But yeah, mid-October it came in. Actually, after all four of us went live.
Hello, Shay.
Hey, Shay. Oh my gosh. Oh, and look we've got Lil Barrio. I love that. Lil Barrio one. She says, "Oh my God, it's my favorite song." Okay, so
Look
you're
at that. Hello.
Ah, I love it. Okay, so I'm super excited, and we were like, we've talked about the song before, but tell everybody your response. So how was it to
Well, yeah, it's like I never heard about this song like before you shared it with us, in our little chat over there.
Mhm.
And I played it because I wanted to see what it tells me, and man, like right off the bat, it just brought back so much memories and so much revelations. And I had this realization about my perception of a child, which was not the real perception of things, especially around the love story between my mother and my father. I used to see it like through rose-colored glasses, and it wasn't like that at all. And this is what this song did to me so far. So let's go deeper.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
amazing.
Mm.
I know for me, it's so funny because I love this, as we both kind of resonate with being like diamonds in the rough and look at the facets. So when I first watched that video, oh my God, I cried too. Holy moly. Talk about just like getting me right here. Such a beautiful
I
song.
feel exactly.
So good. It was so good. I've actually listened to it like 700 times since then. Uh, so let's see. That song has been haunting me all the last years. Wow. With these songs, I'm having quite the song collection. Emma saying, yeah, I know. And to see, like, I just did Oracle last night on Nicoleta with the Bat, and I was so surprised to see Ozzy Osbourne come in, so it's just like, where do these like channeled messages take you? And it just always is so beautiful. So I am excited to see what comes through.
Yeah,
So
it's a really deep, this one. It brings up a lot of wounding. I don't want to say, it's not like, how it feels like. It feels like we are digging deep into parts of ourselves that we didn't even know they are there. That's how it feels like, and it feels a little bit uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable a little bit, unknown territory, but we are getting more and more in touch with our emotional body, in a sense. We are taking care of some sort of a blockage here between the masculine and the feminine. Do you feel it?
absolutely. It's got to be in those, yeah, it's in that emotional body, the subconscious scripts, the competition between everyone, everything. And when I say that, it's not even outright. You know what I'm trying to say? And that actually has a little bit to do with the background of the song. Did you dig deeper into the song at all? Just curious.
No, I just listened to it once, and
I know. Got some messages, and that's all you needed. Let's see. Shea is saying there's so many things I've been dealing with that I don't even know were issues, but sometimes when I find one issue, I find five more after. Hello. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly how it works.
Anyone want to play dominoes? Oh my gosh. So I would love to share a little bit about the song. Can I? Because I think it's so special.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. We have the mystical muse here. She just searched the lyrics. I'm literally watching this live while staring at the stars. It's me here. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so I love.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so Dream a Little Dream. Here's a little history lesson that I'm going to offer for all of us, which I think is really cool. Because, of course, all music is creation, it is oracle in itself, right? So,
I
this,
love this.
yeah, this particular song actually started out as a jazz piece. It was only instrumental, believe it or not. It started in 1931. And it wasn't until much later that the lyrics were added. The lyrics were added by two co-writers, okay, and it was like saying here and there, but it wasn't until 1968 when the Mamas and the Papas recorded this song that it made it big, okay? So here's the fun story. Are you ready? It's so fun. Um, in 1950, Michele Phillips, who apparently there's like the Mamas and the Papas is a band of four, two girls, two boys, okay? So Cass is the one who is like, that's her signature song. That's who we saw Dream a Little Dream with Me. I mean, so blessed. I wish I had a voice like that. We all have our gifts, right? Okay. So the other girl is Michele Phillips. So at the age of 6 years old, her mom and dad took her on a trip and she met the writer of this song. His name was Fabian and they were like family friends. Okay. So she heard him play this song. We're talking about Dream a Little Dream with Me. Okay. And then after that song, 20 years later, fast forward 20 years later, really, I guess this guy never really made it. The guy that wrote the song, I guess he was kind of a drinker. He kind of got stuck, right? But he would always play his piano and sing his songs. Well, 20 years later, this is so tragic. He fell, like, unfortunately, I told you he was a drinker and he fell down a stairwell and he died. And I know. And what happened is the Mamas and the Papas, Michele Phillips, now 26 years old, was talking about how she met this guy and they just kind of started looking at their music and they said, "Hey, Cass, come over here and sing this song." And history was made. So this was 37 years longer. Okay.
Wow.
I know that this was actually turned and it became her signature song. And then there's a little bit more here because she would perform this song and unfortunately she died very suddenly in her sleep at the age of 32. Okay. Little ironic there because there was another famous singer that died in the same exact home that she died in at the same exact age. Just
Oh,
saying.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Okay. And so Michele was saying, the other mama was saying, and I love this. I'm going to read a quote and then we'll kind of go back to it because I think the backstory is so spectacular here. She says that at the time, Cass, the singer that we watched the song, she was very hard on herself and she was comparing herself to none other than Barbara Streisand. What? The plot thickens. Okay. Because apparently she wanted to do like theater and she competed for some of the same parts. And she got hard on herself because she didn't make it. And she saw Barbara Streisand's life and really thought it should be hers. Okay. Ooh, I got goosebumps. Okay. Then I'm almost done. Then I guess she would always kind of just see what Barbara was doing and think of herself and kind of compare until this song came along. That's when Cass realized the sweet spot of her gifting. They both could sing, okay? But it was Cass who could capture the lyric, the actual love of the song. That was her sweet spot. That was her superpower. And so that's what Michele said, the other mama, about her. So isn't that kind of cool? That
So much symbolism and so much essence in everything that you just said over there. It's unbelievable.
I
Can you
know.
do you think some people they just get born to write a song or something and then they just, pass? That can be their life purpose?
I mean, I think that that's such an interesting question, and that's a loaded question. And what I'm tapping into right away, I'm tapping into the Fabian right now, right? Like, how tragic is his story? And then it like gets passed off like a baton. And then here it is today influencing us. How many years later is it now? Okay. 2023. I can't even do the math fast enough. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm aging
You are
myself.
good with numbers, Michele. Come on.
Well, I was born only a few years after that. Okay. So, oh my God, girl, that was like 55 years ago. It was exactly 55 years ago. What is going on with these 55s? Stop it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's the impact is what matters, right? And it's like something that's meant to come. And what I love is how you can take the creative process and continue to be inspired by it. So, but you had asked, I want to get back to your question because I was thinking of Fabian, and it was like, is it if we only see certain ways? And I know you and I will kind of, I think, agree on this. It's like sometimes you see the path, and if it doesn't go that way, you can be a little hard on yourself. You can get a little lost. You can get stuck. And I think that's kind of what happened to Fabian. Yes, he wrote the music, he wrote the words. He had the opportunity to reinvent himself, right? Maybe, I'm not sure. But it looks like he got stuck potentially being a drinker. I can't really go there. Okay, no judgment.
You know where it takes me? Actually, he got stuck in some sort of emotional blockage.
Yeah.
And this is where this song is taking me like deep in an emotional blockage here.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it because it appears even for Cass, it removed an emotional blockage for her when she sang it.
Wow.
Yeah. And the short life that she had. So, yeah. Yeah.
Are we going to cry today?
Oh, girl, if you start, I'm going to start.
Both blue.
So, just so y'all know, I'm a contact crier. Are you a contact crier, Nicoleta? Do you know what that means?
What is that? No.
Okay, so it is a proven fact. I am one of 6 kids, 4 of them girls. If one of them starts crying, or God forbid, my mother or my father sheds a tear, it's over. I'm also crying. It's like when somebody yawns and you get the yawn. It's very similar. Okay. I cry at Hallmark commercials. Okay. And of course, never, and I always tell everyone, but never think that means like I'm gullible, soft. You know what I mean? I'm just, I feel.
I do feel. I'm not such a big of a crier, but if you get me going,
there's no stopping.
That's it. If I start crying, I cry. It's coming from the bottom
so
of
funny.
the
I'm getting like, have you created lakes? Have you created rivers with your tears? Ooh.
Multi-dimensional ocean inside of me, and it has no bottom.
Right? I love that. I love that. Just things come to the surface, right? Yeah. Shay's saying she's super sensitive as well. Yeah. We'll all be like, oh, such a release. Such a release. It'll be like the cheetah. They wear their tears as war paint. That's my favorite thing about the cheetah. And so when just like, of course, that comes up with purpose. So it kind of feels like we're talking about a blockage, but does it feel kind of ironic that maybe this is fast moving energy coming in to help release that? Maybe
I don't know, you were very inspired to pick this song. This song is so multi-layered, for real. I mean, especially for me now, I'm seeing it, how it goes to related to addictions on my father's side. So I believe this guy that died, probably he had like some sort of an ancestral baggage over there, very powerful, and it was so hard on him. Probably he didn't have any tools to work with it, and even with some of this ancestral stuff, even when you go to the therapist, psychologist, and so on and so forth, it can take years and years until you figure out a little part of yourself. It can be so hard. It's like if you don't have the intention to dig deep, to stay with yourself, and to dig deep into that which holds you back, or which is like a blockage of sorts, addiction or whatever that was, it can take forever if you just put that responsibility on the shoulders of a therapist or someone else, you know. Anyways, they cannot do it for you. They can just hold space.
Right. And it's like those subconscious scripts, right? It's like you talk to anyone who's a son, daughter of an addict of any kind. And you know, and also talk to their parents about what they saw about their parents and about what they saw. And it's just like, yeah, you really start to see a correlation. You really start to wonder, you know, why a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So yeah, this song is very, very touching. Now I wrote down when I was kind of, it's funny because I had taken notes with pencil, and I just want to share with everybody that this came in, of course, I told you mid October, but very quickly I knew that I was supposed to collaborate. I remember I shared that with our group. We have like a little crew. I can't believe we're going to Texas. Oh my God.
In 2 days,
In 2 days, I started getting my stuff together, girl. So
Oh, me too. I'm already done. I'm ready to jump in the car and come.
and I've got shorts packed, and I got sweats packed, and I got because who knows, you know, and who knows what's gonna be like when we come back, when we leave. Freaking weather, so crazy.
When we come back, we will need the three huge puffy jacket from
Arca, yeah. We'll make sure we leave them in the car. I'm super excited. So that's coming up for us. I know when I was recopying things, because I wrote down some notes, that's usually how it works. Like I channel some, oh, I got a channeled message with this. Can I share that as well before we go?
Yes, of course.
Sure. Okay.
You know, it takes me to mental disorders and illnesses also.
Girl, and that affects my family. I mean, affects actually millions and millions and millions of people. And in fact, the angels have even told me that in a lot of ways, we are all affected. It's just a matter of an activation. It's just a matter of, you know, I mean, not to be like that. It's more than just one step, you know, of course, but it's like, this is a slippery slope. I don't want to go there. I can't wait for your series on mental illnesses, because you know me. I believe there's more to uncover there. I see it very connected to the ancestral, if you will, curses. You know it, you know, I'm familiar with that spider. I see the ancestral wound, you know, I see it as a wound.
The ancestors, they just passed the spider from one to another, you know, they passed it. I don't know what to do with this. Here, take it, you take it, you take it. Yeah.
Right. Let's see. I wish I could be in Texas. And then I saw Texas. Susan. Yeah, we're going to do another retreat. Actually, you guys hold tight. In the spring, we think we're going to do actually a couple more for next year. Okay. Oh, I want to read Mystical Muse. My mom's an alcoholic. My granddad, her dad was an alcoholic. His mother, an alcoholic. I used to drink a little until my awakening, and now not at all. Yeah. It's just
that's the story of my father. He stopped. The alcoholism stopped with him, but before him, it was his mother, his father, his grandmother, his grandfather, all alcoholics, all like they died because of alcoholism.
Oh,
so
wow.
Thankfully it stopped with him, so it didn't kind of came to me, even if I have my addictions, but it's nothing like substance, or it was more with people in my case. More with people.
Yeah, because once you have an addiction, it can just go from one thing to another. So as a nurse by trade, and hey, I want to get on here and I just want to be real. I would like to share, you know, I haven't shared this with you, but I'll be vulnerable and share that my name's Michele, and I used to be an addictive gambler, actually.
You doing that? Oh my God.
Yeah. Now there's a backstory here. There's a story here. You know, a real short story. I went through some trauma. It reawakened again after my mother died. You know, this is not a new story we all deal with, right? it
Mhm.
reawakened like a beast, right? And I had to confront it. And so I had decided, because I was all messed up, I decided to go and talk to a therapist. I saw a therapist for a number of years, and then I went on medication, and they added me to Abilify. So let me do a little personal announcement, okay? They never told me that if you're on Abilify, you could potentially develop addictive behaviors, okay? So nobody, I had no idea. And it was, and this is a true story. Okay, I know you can't believe this, but this is so true. You know, at late night when you can't sleep, and all of a sudden there's these like infomercials. Have you taken this medicine? Have you done this? Call this number. Have you ever seen those commercials?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, true story. 2 o'clock in the morning, commercial comes on for Abilify class action suit. I won the class action suit because we could prove that when I was on that medication, I was gambling. So I had,
No way.
yes, we could prove it through my bank account. When I
Wow.
started the medicine, when it ended, because I took myself off of it because that's when I gained a lot of weight. So anyway, this is why I've been around healing my whole life. Okay, I've never been
So
afraid to,
strange.
yeah, look within. And you know, I don't have that issue now, but I did have it. I felt it. I could feel it. I could feel um how it was fulfilling something. And you know what was fulfilling? It was distracting. It was like a distraction. It was, for me, it got my mind off a lot of, at that time, a lot of heavy stuff was going on. So it'll kind of allowed me to check out. And I think that's how it can start, really, with anything, including spirituality. I know we've said this before. Even spirituality can, you know, be addicting. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely can be addicting. Can Today again, I had another moment of clarity. I was doing a private reading for someone, and in that private reading, this message came through. Um, this this person had some sort of a trauma, and so there is a split between underneath her heart chakra. So she's basically split in two, and she lives more in the upper chakras, which we call to be an empath, right? And the human chakras, the lower chakras, are basically on the side somehow. She is distracting herself with people, maybe, or something else, you know.
Yeah, that actually, that resonates in so many ways. So instead of being in alignment, there's almost a structure created with those lower chakras, is what you're saying, in a way,
Um,
like over. That would be overactive, right? Is what you mean?
Overactive, what? Upper chakras.
Upper chakras. Okay, yeah.
Yes, because the one that they were like basically put on the side because of the trauma that happened in her human experience. And usually we just disconnect from the first three chakras and we jump in the one that are upper, and we are more, you know, distracted in that way. We're not here basically. We are here, but we are not present. And in this way, with spirituality, we can distract ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. And then you have to be careful of what insights you're getting, because when you're overactive, yeah, I understand what you're talking about. And I know for me, and I think you too, Nicoleta too, we spend a lot of time on the lower chakras, really like getting that base. It's all about that base, baby.
Lately, for me, honestly, because in the first years after my awakening, I kept it over here like all the time in my upper. It was probably too painful to go down there, you know.
Yeah.
And but you know, this is from one perspective, because of course there is the other perspective which
Yeah.
says, as we all well know, we have to crack open, right? So we can let
Yeah.
that in. And so from this other perspective, that's how we become connected, right? That's how we open. That's how we become connected. This is, again, of course, it's one perspective, one path. But there comes a time where we have to unify those two worlds to become a unity.
Yeah, because
And
they are related and they need to be in balance, right? To communicate.
mhm, yeah, what's coming through is like as above, so below, right?
Yeah,
In
thanks.
another way, it's like masculine, feminine, but it's not masculine, feminine because it's masculine and feminine in this case
Yeah.
scenario.
Yes, it's like
Yeah.
a unit, a whole, a whole. Yeah, two halves creating a whole in a way, in a way. The sum is greater than the parts. How many other phrases could we use? Lots of them.
Yeah.
I want to read Shay because I want to take that out. When her dad
Okay.
passed, fighting cancer for 8 years. While you were 15, a doctor started giving her pills. She got addicted. She's been sober. Congratulations, Shay. And even as a parent, my son, I have had so many different experiences. And so this is why I love showing up in service because, man, life can be very challenging at times. But I feel you learn so much in those challenges. So I have had an intervention with one of my children before, which is very hard, very, very hard. But we did it. you know, I've
Mm-hmm.
I have had the knowing that I was what do they say it when you like condone their behavior. Gosh, there's a phrasing for it. Shoot, I can't think of it. When you like when you enable their behavior. And it's like, and I remember it's just saying to myself, of course you enable the behavior. This is my child. Of course I enable the behavior. But now it's time to take a different stance. So there's so many different ways to look at addiction from a self point of view, watching somebody other, making judgments. And I think that's where things can get a little toxic.
But what do you mean exactly by enabling the behavior?
Okay, so for instance, um, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. I think we should be having more of these conversations because our youth are out there and there's a slippery slope with drugs, my friends. You know what I'm trying to say? And so my son, thought that he was maneuvering, educated and, then just was moving too fast and started to develop a habit. We started noticing different things. And, you make enabling is like you start making excuses. Okay.
Okay.
Um, you allow them to use your excuses because you want the best for them. It's really when people have addictions, it's really challenging to see your person because that's not them is the issue. The
Mm-hmm.
addiction literally takes over who they are. You know what I mean? Something else is driving that car, right?
Uh-huh.
Something else is driving that car. And so because who is meant to be the driver, you start to enable their behavior. You start to make it a little easier because and this is so like and I want to watch my phrasing because in I can tell you in all certainty I did not think that that was happening. But very quickly, we realized that there was an issue. And if we didn't have a come to Jesus moment, I can honestly say that maybe my son would not be here. So he's been clean for 8 years. I'm very proud of him. Woo! Here we go. Feeling
Good
those
for him.
tears.
Good for him.
Yes. And to see, how it's affected him and also a wound that he carries, even though he's in living in sobriety, and maybe Shay can feel this. You're living in sobriety, but it's just like there's a part of you, there's a wound that you went there. There's a wound that you carry. This is what I meant by the judgment, the self-judgment. And that's how this can get really deep and how I think we can get stuck and definitely get caught in our emotional bodies.
My God, you see now, like that song, Michelle. related to the abandonment wound, and I believe the abandonment wound is the one that's creating all these addictions in us, for people, for substances, for drugs, for alcohol, for gambling, for all of that.
Sex, I mean,
Yeah.
exercise. It's so crazy. It can be anything. That's what's nuts. And now we're seeing our young children, and let's talk about phones, technology. How are we not? That is a huge addiction that we are, oh my gosh. It is a huge problem in our society, to be honest. So yeah, it's super interesting that I love that we're talking about this topic, because, you know, it's like, in order to make a change, be the change, see the change, you can do it more when you feel the wound. Okay. So I'm really grateful now, in the moment.
Oh my God. Yeah, you touched another very important thing to mention here, when you feel the wound. But listen to this. I personally had a healing session with someone, with Ruhaya. You know Ruhaya.
Oh yeah.
With another healer, guys. I had a healing session with another healer. And we've been over the Zoom for almost 4 hours. And she was channeling for me this information that it was only meant, so it was not true information, but it was information only meant to trigger my abandonment issue so strongly, so I can release more, so I can heal more. Michele, when I started to cry, I felt like I'm 5 years old and I have no control over my life. I started to shake and I started to cry so badly, like someone died, like right in that moment. It was such a shock, only from what she was channeling, especially just to trigger that in me. And all that day I just cried all day long, and I came to the understanding, and I had at the end of the day that peace in me, that even if I might end up alone this lifetime, because that's the biggest fear here, right? Abandonment. I'll be fine. But it was super intense. Now, I still feel there are some other layers there related to abandonment. I don't think it's all healed. I feel it. The vortex is still in there. I feel it. I see it. It's like I feel it here, like in my throat, in a sense. This vortex. But yeah, that's sometimes what it takes, and some sort of a shocking information can trigger us and can help us release a lot of that pain. And most of that trauma is not even ours, comes from our ancestors, right? As we mentioned, passed from one to another, because I don't know what to do with it. So I'm just going to take this glass of whatever, wine, vodka, and I'm going to pass the spider, the tarantula, the artificial intelligence down to you. And you are going to, what am I doing with this tarantula? Let me have a lot of sex and not feel it and pass it down to my children. And the child is like, okay, I'm just going to become a healer. And probably the tarantula ends, or the tarantula becomes
Evolved.
Weaker.
Evolved. Yeah.
Or evolved. That's another.
Evolved. How about spinning a new thread? You know, going from thread to silk, from silk to cashmere. Ooh. So, you know, deeper and deeper. The web is always being spun. We're spinning it now. Stories are always being told. Truths are always being revealed. You know, and it happens. So it happens in the moments, in our breath, right? It happens, you know, so slowly, but over time we see it better. And so that's what I feel is beautiful about this song. You know, look at these times that we're talking about. Came in 1931, started with a swagger, right? Started with a swing, a move, a tempo, add some words, and it's just like, and what I feel is legacy. But I feel it's very similar to what we're going through, creating a symphony. I love this actually. I don't know how you feel about it, Nicoleta, but I love because our chakra system, my friends, when I'm the attunement crystal lady. So when you start working with those kinds of things, it creates a different buzz. Like it creates you create a frequency. You throw off a sound. We all throw off sound. That is the nature of what energy is. Yeah. And so it's all about knowing that we're always shifting. It's always moving. How can we be the master creator and create what's perfect for us? Oh, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. And how can we be the master creator? We just have to unify our upper chakras with our lower chakras. And so we become aligned and empowered. And from that place, we can create that beautiful symphony, the harmonica, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the beautiful symphony. And what's so amazing, I just went to this concert with Jordan last week. It was a fun Halloween concert with the strings. And go through all these notes. And it's like through trauma, we go into those lower notes, those bass, and it creates this vibration. It creates a vibration and it shakes things loose, is what I'm getting. Wow. So are we shaking things loose, my friend, removing them from the emotions so that we can really overcome them and change our experience? I mean, I just feel so passionate about it. And back to that song, it was a game changer. It was a game changer in a very short period of time. The legacy lives on. It's almost timeless. Oh
I just love like when me and you we go live, it's like we just talk so multidimensionally. You say something and I'm seeing it on a certain timeline, and then I add something and I'm seeing all these timelines below us and how we just it's like we are playing a piano in a sense.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear our music? Our music makes sense to you?
I love that because and I'm hearing, I'm kind of getting Trish now. Playing the notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, the scale, which is really related to our chakras. They each throw a scale, they each add a note. And so as we have activations and collaborations, they literally create this sound. And it hits the web of everything. And what it does is it rebounds, echolocation, hey, go into the bat, sends it out there, and it brings a message back. Okay. And I love this, tapping into the quantum field. And I think more and more and more that we're really going to be, I mean, I already feel this myself, really learning about what this communication system really is about and how we can fast track our healing, actually. Because we've been off course for a while, right? I think that's something we all know in the spiritual community. We might have all these different viewpoints, but we do have this knowing that something kind of went off course, and it went off course like by thousands of years. So, but there's definitely something always happening. There's evolution happening at any moment. So we're all part of it. It's definitely something that when we realize that we're in the right place at the right time to have this inspiration and how that affects, and what is that pebble in that pond and how does that ripple carry throughout. Pretty awesome.
My crown chakra went off.
Oh, you feeling the buzz, girl? All right, so let's go ahead and start with this channeled message. I know I shared it with you yesterday, and then we'll go into our oracle. Is that what's
Let's do it.
Sure, of course, 10-year-old. So she's gonna come in and ask me something she can ask her father. Love you. Okay. All right. Dream a little dream with me. First of all, compliments of Archangel Chamuel. Thank you, Archangel Chamuel. Been working with Archangel Chamuel a lot through this heart awakening, right? So here's a channeled message. Find your way, sculpt the clay. This came in the day we're talking about clay, Nicoleta. So this is building off of that first collab that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Decorate, but it was broken up so that you see core. Decorate, if you will, or remain still in the silence. Feel the notes, the words, the sway. No dismay, debts to pay. Just play, and the ray of hope, a beacon of light, shining in the dark. So that's what was brought in. And I think it's such a beautiful message. And I think as a collective, we're all kind of waiting. Look at the hearts. Yeah. We're all waiting, to kind of get on this bandwagon, get on this peace train, bring something in, that matters. It's not going to change everything overnight, but and when I say matters, I want to be, I'm not talking about being attached, but at the same point in time, it's all about little moderation, right? So it's like once you kind of wrap your head around something and it feels great and it resonates, then this is something that you're meant to, enfold, integrate, right? And it's all about and when we say detach, that's where you just like, let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. Let's not define it. Okay, as we're talking about the clay, we don't have to mold everything and then say it's here. Okay. Well, actually, there are some people like that. They take the clay and they mold it and they create, right? And then they're on to the new one. But there might be some who make an impression here, make a cut there, day by day, moment by moment. Neither one is wrong. They both lead to masterpieces. So I think one thing that we get out of this is we start to develop some mastery, right? Mm-hmm. Aw, thanks, you guys. They're saying they love Jordan. I know she has that thing about her.
Uniqueness.
Yeah, who knew? This is Emma. Such a beautiful phrase. Who knew opening your heart chakra would be so painful? Yeah. I closed my heart after my granddaughter passed. Man, everyone who's here has really had a lot of heavy things. They've really dealt with a lot of, crazy events. And I bet each one of you, no matter where you are in your healing, I know that there are some that you feel grateful for because you see a perspective that you couldn't before. And I'm sure you see that, Nicoleta, when you see someone with similar wounding, you can hold space better. You can, be more objective, right? Be a little tougher as a healer.
It depends. It depends.
Mm.
Is it a shadow? Is it a wound? Is it emotion? Is it a belief system? Huh?
Yeah.
It depends. It really depends.
It does depend because we're all unique and everything's packaged so differently. So this is like coming through for the collective. We're going to do 2 piles, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I went with the whole now and later. What about you?
I'm just going to flow with you.
Okay, cool. I love that.
I don't have anything. I think my gift is in the moment, in the present moment. That's my gift.
Yeah. Yours is in the moment and mine is a little bit, starts out in the mind a little bit. There's a little bit of and this is what's unique. And I wanted to say that because somebody that came, it's like our styles are so different, but they also complement. And what I love that I hope that we can showcase is that it's like what I love about actually, the 2 of us, but even bigger when we add in Trish, when we add in Jolene, when we add in 12, I love how, we can all see things in a different way, feel things in a different way, but they all come to the same conclusion.
Yeah, many paths, many masters.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So that's just a message. Always hone in on your own intuition. Like when I'm speaking about the cheetah and the warrior, that takes me to a certain place, a certain archetype, a certain, wisdom, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
That might be different for you. That might be a different perspective. Um, so I love that because the more perspectives I feel we can show, the more impact we can make on this earth, girl. What do you think about that?
That is true. I
If
was
we all,
thinking, I keep feeling this pain in my heart chakra, and I was reading this comment from Emma, who knew that opening your heart chakra would be so painful, and I felt that comment of yours, Emma, and I feel the pain in my heart right now, and I have to sit with it for a while. I didn't have time to sit with my heart today. I just listened to the song and I jumped into the live, and I am unfolding this as we speak. So I'm not actually sure of what this is as of now. I have to stay with it a little bit.
yeah, I feel that, you know, um, I guess I like to do things that happen differently. I'll never forget. I'm being reminded when I had what I refer to as the black water. I don't know how
Mhm.
I picked up on the spider in dream state, and I like held it, like I felt it in my body. I was doing Reiki. I could feel the energy. I could feel it stuck, right? And it turned into this whole thing. Oh my God, how many years later now? And at the same point in time, what I wanted to say is I had this black water. Okay. And I know that this is because Mother Earth taught me a lesson, was teaching me a lesson, and I'm learning about that, how to be responsible with our magic, how to understand what we're doing. And I think this is why, I know I'm going off on a tangent. Dream a little dream with me. I'm dreaming of a world where people can really be in their individuality, really express their magic, really their expression. I mean, you just see it. I see it in so many people, and then it's like, why do we want to conform? I mean, I'm a recovered conformer. Why do we want to be like everybody else when we get to be ourselves? You know, it's and that's what I love about the message that we shared here in this story, how competition and comparing where you are to where others are can lead to this really deep attachment, can lead to this judgment, which creates separation. I teach about that all the time. And every time I say it, I remind myself, every time we make a judgment, we literally close the door to what we're trying to get, to be honest. It's like, that's how it works. You can't manifest and judge at the same time. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, if for me, it kind of came in, we were talking about how this oracle is to come in, and we were both getting like two parts. I definitely got masculine and feminine as well. So I have now and later. Are you using some oracle, or did you channel ahead of time, or do you want to
Oh,
sink in?
you start, and after you finish with your part, I'm going to continue somehow. I don't know how.
Okay, well, let's go in tandem. I was guided, definitely feeling a shift here. It's definitely messages we were talking about the divine masculine, divine feminine last time. And it was definitely something that's coming through here. I was getting, oh my gosh, so many things. So I'm just going to say, I wrote down so many couple things. I'm just going to show the enchilada. This is what we're dealing with. Okay. So this is what we're all dealing with, my friends. We're dealing with a root chakra activation, a crown chakra activation, a heart chakra activation, a throat chakra activation, a third eye activation. And let's just, go on and do some galactic activations, okay, as well. So it's just like, wow. So I feel this energy, especially since it's not really about the moon. It's just about what's been happening. It's not I'm definitely, like we're saying, and we're getting away from the moon cycle. Okay. The moon cycle, in a lot of ways, it kind of is like the beginning, right? But then you start to understand that there's more energies at play than just the emotions. If we make everything about the emotions, then how can we get in that alignment, right? And I think that's something that's really kind of changing in our day and age, is we're really kind of getting in touch with the emotional part underneath, which is the root, right? The root of a wound, if you will. So basically, I had the ancestors come forward. Okay, so they want to talk about this root chakra, all right? So I did a couple shuffles. We're going to do 2 together. There it is. That turtle. It's all about being in that flow. The magic is Mother Earth has us. It's like we're encased. I saw this thing going around Facebook. It was like a terrarium. And they're like, this is basically what the Earth looks like. It's just an enclosed circle with just the right amount of everything in order to complement growth, which I think is so amazing. So this is the leather neck, showing that a lot of who's showing up for us, those who are finding their way here, I mean, you've been through it. You've been pulled at, you've been tugged at, okay? You feel thrown around. I'm getting a football in my mind's eye, like a leather. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So really just have a lot of respect for yourself, for your journey. Be one with the shifts. A lot of you are such emotional. You're meant to be emotional masters, okay? Really. And I know Nicoleta feels that too. This is what's at hand, these emotional masteries. Skilled sailors, right? Skilled sailors. Okay, so we're just going to talk about the feminine. Look at what's on bottom, Nicoleta. Do you see it? Oh my God.
Spider.
It's the spider, y'all. We've been talking about it. The 33, the alchemy of the spider, the alchemy of the web, the alchemy, the spider creates a web every day, right? And as we say that, think about that. It's like the power of creation is so strong. But for some, look at the vibration. It's like overwhelming. Oh my gosh, what can I create today? Right? What can I create today? So crazy. So you're weaving your dreams in a lot of ways. See this spiral? Are you, and this is actually what's coming up for some wounding for the divine feminine. Okay, I'm getting the wound here of the divine feminine. I'm getting a little bit of the mother wound here. Are we actually creating a web to prevent the healing to come in? Because this is the structure we believe we deserve. Okay, it's that deep. It's that deep. So the ancestors want to talk about this wounding. I love the orange and the purple. Okay, I love the zest for life and the royalty. And this is the vibration, the spark of our creation, holding on to the spark, holding on to the dragon, but seeing ourselves as queens and ruling for the fairest of all. Ooh. Does that take you anywhere, Nicole? Or Nicoleta? Can't believe I just called you Nicole.
You can call me Nicole.
That's my middle name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's actually not. That's my sister's middle name. I want that to be my middle name. Isn't that so funny? So yeah, I think the ancestors are really pinpointing it. We're really kind of talking to those who are alchemizing these ancestral wounds. We're unpacking ancestral wounds today. And
That's what I'm saying.
Don't you feel like we talk a lot about our own healing, but I feel like this is a new genre, my friend. I really do. Ancestral healing. I feel that we're going to be learning a lot more about who an ancestral healer is. I feel that this is, and as I'm saying that, these are the ones, let me know which I'm getting, like medicine people. These are the ones who are able to create structures that are the best for all, because they see things from different vantage points. When you go through this ancestral healing, And you really have to be detached, okay? Because the webs throw that vibration. Think about a spider web. Think about you being the spider, and when something touches your webs, it takes me to Clash of the Titans every time. Who are my Clash of the Titans people? Come on. Don't tell me you haven't seen that, Nicoleta.
I haven't.
Gosh darn it. Trish and I could go on a whole Clash of the Titans. But yeah, Clash of the Titans, there's this story about this lady who was like the spider person. And when he went to go visit her, every step he would take, it would ring like on the web, it would ring the bell and it would bring the spider closer and closer and closer. And in a lot of ways, I feel this is very similar for us as we walk on the path. It sets a vibration out there, it bounces back to us, and it's like we got to pivot. And what's really unique for those that we're talking about is these type of things. There's not a lot of people out there that can tell you how to pivot, which way to go. It's really just really up to you and your intuition, knowing that you're going to be okay, knowing that you're great, right? Shay says, I've never seen it. Yeah, Clash of the Titans, y'all. You got to see it. The retro one and the new
movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Medusa's in it. Come on. Pegasus. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, all the characters, my friend. So Athena with her owl. She's in that. Okay, so that's what I have there. And then the archangels are coming in and they want to teach us they want to teach our divine feminine how to bring things into balance. Oh, how funny. Sophia's on the bottom. 3 shuffles. Yeah, it's like this is bringing us on our mission. There's a change going on, and it's like those who have gone into the lower of the lows are the ones who are flipping the script and allowing many to rise. This is what I keep feeling. Something is being thought out. We're integrating energies right now, okay? We're integrating energies, especially in that third eye, okay? There are changes. There's changes happening for many of you. Archangel Chamuel reminds you of our message, okay? It reminds you of the channeled message of this channeled song, Dream a Little Dream with Me. How can you allow things to unfold? How can you remember the powerful creator that you are? Okay, these are the things that are getting into balance, but there is an archangel that wants to step forward just for us at this time, divine feminines. Look at her. There she is. I was feeling this. I wrote this on my piece of paper. I love when spirit comes in hardcore. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm getting the number 22 with balance in the middle, an alignment of a sacred structure. And I literally wrote that, you know, I got now and later, and I saw it. We're flipping the script 1, 1, and we're finding balance within a sacred structure so that we can root in and heal from these ancestral wounds and literally flip the script. Take the trident in our hand, change the instincts, change the scripts, right?
Killer Whale, the background over there.
So beautiful. So I'm just going to read her. I love this oracle. I love this oracle. Okay. Divinely guided to get it. Archangel Fire. I got it online. So beautiful. I'm just going to read her a short message because they're so beautiful. You are naturally intuitive and deeply sensitive. Acknowledge and trust your emotions as they can act as a powerful compass. And how does that not show what we've been talking about? Being a skilled sailor. And look at what's right below this, because on the bottom is the feminine. We're going to take the top card for the masculine when we go to late, you know, when we switch to the masculine. Bringing us right on our mission, reminding us that everything has purpose. Okay. And then the last one I'm going to share for now. Okay. Actually, I'll just share the divine feminine, and then you can chat, and then we'll do the divine masculine. I've got the Green Witch Oracle. Ooh, look at, we're focusing on grounding. These potatoes from Ireland. really sinking into that higher heart, sinking into the green, feeling the clover, feeling the luck, feeling the love, right? Okay, feeling the zest. This is what's really coming to the forefront. When you look at mandarin oranges, it's all about when you peel them, that little zest gets in your eye, kind of wakes you up, right? Very cleansing, very, very cleansing. Oh, there's that beets. Man, I wanted to have this at our, maybe we'll still get this and have these at our retreat. So good. Beets, really feeling that passion, really. And beets, if you eat anything that's red, you guys, it really, we're talking about the root chakra here. We're talking about all these activations. Grounding is really, you can do that by moving. What's your favorite way to ground, Nicoleta? What
My
grounds?
plants here.
Huh?
With my plants here.
Yeah.
I just close my eyes and just stay in silence. Silence, staying with me in silence, surrounded by plants and in nature. Especially this month of November, I went in the woods almost every single day. In the morning, first thing in the morning, I go in the woods.
So beautiful. And it's like, you just see so many special things out there when you connect, right? So, so gorgeous. So on the bottom here, I love it. God, I keep thinking of Trish because I've got the pomegranate. I've got some of these in my refrigerator. Again, another rich red purple fruit, juicy with seeds. So all of the people who are coming here, this is, the archangels want to teach you. This is what they want to do. They want to teach you about who you are, that you've got this juicy nectar that nourishes others, and that you also spread seeds because of your journey. Okay, this is why I feel that you've come here. Dream a little dream with me. Spirit is saying, dream a little dream with me, where you can take your emotions, you can take your traumas, and you can turn them into magic, right? You can turn them into magic. So what's the activation for the third eye? Okay, to help keep us in balance. Okay, I feel like all of you, if you're not aware, I believe all of you who are here, these archangels would not have came forward if you didn't have an archangel guide. So some of you may not be aware that I felt a changing of the guards recently. Okay, if you will, changing of the guardians of the galaxy. And I would not be surprised that you're working with archangels, and archangels they come forward to teach you. Okay, this is the message that they like me to share with you. And there's an activation. So you've come into that order. There's something that you're meant to learn. There's a sacred structure that you get balance in. And then when you achieve that, skilled sailors, then you pay it forward. And this becomes Dream a Little Dream. This becomes your signature. This becomes your sweet spot. Okay. Why? Because it's created by you, by all parts of you. Okay. Including the shadow, including unconditional love. Okay. Really getting into that higher heart, really healing that feminine is where we're at. Really getting in touch with mother. Many people have a relationship with father, right? With God, with source, a lot through religion. Many haven't fostered this beautiful relationship with mother. Okay. Like you are going out, just going out and sinking in and seeing the wonder. I'm sure that has created such a huge relationship. So for the divine feminine, I have an activation. Oh my God. I love these cards. Thank you. The ancestral realm is here. It's time to learn from these ancestral wounds. It's time to uncover. It's time to bring, I'm feeling the heat. It's time to bring the heat, the passion, the ingredients. It's time to discover deep down what ancients have been doing. The lost arts is what I'm feeling. Okay. Healing of lineage. Yes. Creating boundaries in the lineage. Okay. So that we can emerge into the number 13, which for me is always about the pearl. okay? Which is the structure of balance. One in balance is the pearl. It's all about renewal. So keep moving, my friends. Keep moving. There's lots of energies. You have everything you need. I love these hummingbirds. And it's like source is giving you everything. Spirit is giving you everything. It's like we're giving it all we've got. Okay? And it's just a matter of tapping in and seeing how they're communicating, seeing how it's coming through, seeing how the sacred wisdom, what have you learned in those shadows? What do you bring forward? We've mentioned a couple nuggets today. You guys have mentioned beautiful nuggets in the comments because we all help each other. There's this phoenix energy. We can all rise from the ashes. We can let go of what was. I mean, this is not just something that is possible. It's like we got this new Venus. This is what I've been feeling. You know, I'm feeling the Venus energy. Star of the show this year.
Wow.
I know. This was just completed and we're going to do it again. And it's like, what do we want to achieve in these next 8 years?
Interesting.
Wow. Power. Powerful. And look at where will we be in 8 years, Nicoleta? We'll be in 2031. Again, the number 13, the number 31, the mirror. Okay, one with balance, balance with the one. What will change in the next 8 years? What will emerge? Well, you're going to find out at our retreat, yo.
Here you go.
Oh my gosh. Well, for us, it is this retreat, this chrysalis, there's structure, you know, this is so perfect what we were saying. We're emerging and we're unfolding into the unknown. And isn't that a beautiful place to go? Because I don't know about you, Nicoleta, but I'd rather go into the unknown and be able to create and mold the clay rather than repeat the cycle over and over and over and over, because that is the definition of madness.
It's hard at the beginning, but then once you get used to it, it's like a game, you know, you see the game, you see how it works.
Yeah.
And it's easier to go into the unknown to stop the cycle, stop the looping.
Yeah, because when you see the eyes of what was, how can you create something that is? Ooh, God, somebody record that. Oh, we're recording it. Okay, so that's what I got for the divine feminine. Thank you, angels. Wow. You know, they tell me, I work with my angels. They tell me how many shuffles, how many, you know, it's a collaboration. And I work with the archangels and they really teach me about like what the shuffle means. Okay, I'm giving you, being transparent because this is my way and this is the communication that I've learned and it really fits me. So where does it go for you as we talk about the divine feminine here?
It takes me to a healing, so we are going to do a healing, Michele.
Let's do it.
So everyone in the house, close your eyes. Because I'm seeing Archangel Chamuel here also, feminine presence mostly, the moon energy, the mother energy, the mother is here, universal mother, Venus energy, flower of life. And I'm seeing a doe, a deer with flowers on her head. And this dark vortex that's inside of us, this ancestral wounding, this addiction issues, if you want to call them like that, that's a byproduct, but the root of it is, if we can put a label to it, let's call it Lord Voldemort, okay? Like in Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah. I love that.
Which is like a layered cake. It's a layered cake, and every single layer comes from a specific ancestors here. Also with us in this healing are the seers, or the medicine of the seer, the one that can see the timelines, okay? So put attention over your heart chakra, over your heart center, or wherever you feel it in your body. Me personally, I feel it in my back, also on the left side. So it's in the center here where my heart is, but I also feel it here on the left shoulder, so to speak, on my back. I also hear the wound of betrayal, the wound of betrayal. Okay, that's what created a blockage in us, cut us in half in some situations, energetically speaking, of course. Remember how Lord Voldemort looked like in Harry Potter at the beginning, right? He didn't have a body. He was only this head with some energy attached. Somehow we are sectioned, we are cut in half. Also like that. And so I'm holding your hands. And I'm taking you in this vortex. Jesus is here holding the space for the feminine, for us. Thoth, the Atlantean, the waters, emotional body, is opening this vortex even further. He is basically creating this bridge between where we are in the vortex and Lemuria. Interesting. And we are watching what happened there. It's a beautiful landscape, what I'm seeing here. Lemuria looks heavenly. There's a lot of nature, looks almost like in Hawaii, Shay. It's very beautiful. I'm seeing waterfalls and a lot of nature. There are centaurs here. And this is before the betrayal happened. For those of you that resonate with the wound of betrayal. It is so deep, we have to come back down the spiral in the vortex several times to bring in new structures through attunements, if you will. So we're going to watch, we're going to absorb this energy from Lemuria before betrayal happened, so we can remember how it was before. Why were they jealous of you? You leaders out there, you know you are a leader, first in your own life. Me and Michele here, we are talking to the lions. So you're a lion, my friend. That's what they saw in you. They forgot to see that in themselves. Mother Earth is here. I'm seeing the turtle, Michele. And she is erasing She's deleting basically. That piece of memory. And so it's becoming weaker and weaker and weaker in our field. It is not done yet, but it's weaker. What the Atlantean is here, and he was watching with us for this. And now he melted into this green water. And all of us, we are surrounded by this green water. And basically we are sleeping now in this water, this green water. For those of you that are going to come to our retreat, this is another preparation for what's going to happen there. For others of you, it's healing of another layer. Our avatar, this meat suit, comes with all these memories. Some of them which you know they are not yours from this lifetime. It's because it's ancestral. When someone gives you a past life reading, they might enter a past life, one of your ancestors' past lives, but it's related to you for this exact reason. You took onto this responsibility to heal that. When watching the last attunement I did, Jesus was present like today and taught the Atlantean as well. And so they created this half and half heart structure inside of us, half gold, half green, healing the heart even further. Today we are diving deeper to the next layer underneath this. The next layer now, it's completely emerald green. So let's sit in silence for a couple of seconds to absorb all these green waters. Look, the dirty waters, Michelle. You are familiar with the dirty waters, right? The water is the representation of the emotional body for those of you that don't know this, and dirty waters means unaffected, a distorted emotional body in a sense, right? Distorted feminine. And more of this body is being cleansed. We are releasing this. It's being extracted out of us in a sense. And you might want to drink a big glass of water after these healings and evacuate it yourself in a sense. Now thought is re-becoming thought in a sense, and we are coming out of this green, emerald green water. Another layer has been activated, has been healed in a sense. And so the vortex is a little bit, this dark vortex inside of us is a little bit smaller now. And we're going back through this portal, through this vortex. And Jesus went straight to our roots. To release one ancestor. Now we are out of the vortex. But there is this, who is this being? There is a being here that's giving us some sort of tickets. I clearly hear tickets. Tickets to the next level is what I hear, to the next level. It is time to go into the thick of it, is what I hear. And I also hear cattle and Babylon. Okay. The being is the grandfather time. It is time. Seems like it was destined for us, all of us that are here today, to move together to this, into the thick of it. And I feel it strongly in my heart right now. We have to look at our own individual trauma, in other words, our spider in the eye. Give it a kiss on the forehead. To see that your spider looks different, feels different. If you cannot see, maybe you can feel. You definitely can feel your trauma, right? When you are triggered, it's going to feel different. In my vision right now, I'm seeing a hybrid between a tarantula and a lobster. Then I'm seeing some sort of a bug. Which we can go further in the healing. I hear I'm going to launch 21 Day of Purification in December. Okay. So the next step right now is to look at your trauma in the eye and to realize that it just is. It cannot affect you in any way. It really depends on your perspective and perception of it. That is the next step. Once you can observe it, observe your feeling, your emotions, see it for what it is, it's still going to be there, but it's going to be weaker and weaker and weaker. And so your vortex is going to be smaller and smaller. Your dark vortex, the abandonment issues, the addiction is what I'm talking here about. Open your eyes if you are ready.
Can you stay here?
You can definitely stay there longer.
Major goosey, major release.
Now let's see how it's going to manifest this, right? Because it's going to be different for every each one of us.
So deep, girl. I feel this is going to keep going, actually. I feel, um, speaking for myself, I'm seeing in my mind's eye, I get shown the timelines, the lower timelines a lot. And I'm just seeing like this big wheel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like right now I'm feeling and seeing like all this deep, like a tower moment from under Egypt, like deep. Okay. It's like deep, almost like a fortress coming down deep, deep underneath a structure, if you will, is kind of how I'm trying to describe it. And now we're kind of going back to Atlantis, and then it's shuffling over to Mu, and it's kind of showing this wheel, like the wheel is like turning. It's kind of what I'm getting here. So a lot of these emotions is what I feel to be let through, to be let go, to be released.
The spider is created by all these timelines, you know.
Oh yeah, of course. Layers upon layers, different manifestations of different woundings. That's kind of what I was shown in the labors. Like there's the spider helped create the web of the wounding of, you know, the boar and the horse. Like we're talking about the heavy, dense energies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The cattle, the bull.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
I feel it here on the back of my head.
I've been feeling it in lots of places. I tend to feel a lot of things in my feet. And that I've learned that has a lot to do with, that might be more of releases for the ancestors potentially. So, wow, that was magical. Thank you, dear. Ooh, I know I need to get past life regression. I feel it. I feel I do. Well, you never know. Sometimes you have spontaneous. I know I had a spontaneous soul retrieval, which was so intense.
Mhm.
So whatever's meant for you will always find you. So speaking of action, should we talk about what's coming later? So it's like obviously we're
Masculine.
yeah, the masculine, because I feel like there's this like, do you feel like this in between? Do you feel like it's like we're rooting, we're integrating, we're learning, we're collaborating, we're molding, we're shifting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like in a way, it's like this is all coming in so that we can understand, the seat of our masculine, because the masculine's rising right now, but it's like, how can we take authentic action, right? So on my side, we're going to go back to that same exact scenario. So we started with the ancestors, they brought back, oh, that was activation. We talked about the spider, right? For the divine feminine, the alchemy that the feminine could do, the alchemy of the feminine receiving information to release and dislodge in those emotions, right? That are causing these deep wounds. On top is the masculine. Oh my gosh, I love you, Spirit. We have the wombat here. What I'm noticing more than anything is the numbers. We've got number 33 and number 43. And you know me, tens, we're completing this cycle. So the action right now is to be really gentle with yourself, to be aggressive in your healing, but to be gentle, to be in the flow, right? To not force. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what I'm getting is like a baby eats when it's ready. You don't have to be on a schedule. You don't have to force feed. You don't have to, it's all about being organic. is what I'm getting here, what the ancestors are saying. It's like, okay, this isn't something that we're here to wrap up, which means that it's complex, because in every ending is a new beginning. In every ending is a new beginning. So what I love is the wombat. He kind of boxes things out. He kind of wiggles his booty. And I love that, because we're talking about the root chakra. We're talking about rooting it in, staying grounded, meeting in the middle, right? And so it's like, as you're boxing out, and this reminds me of when I used to play basketball. So we used to like literally stick our butts out to block people, really allow you to hold your stance. I was just watching Dancing with the Stars, and I can hear them say, let the ground fuel you. Let the ground move up through you. And so this is what I'm getting. I'm getting, let yourself go within. And I'm getting this, like, these releases on this
And it's
card.
the thing for the masculine, right? It's hard for them to go within.
Yeah, it's hard to go within and to be patient to receive, because what I'm seeing here is like a triple play. It's going to come in threes, and that does not surprise me, because that's how balance works, yo. That's how it works, right? Remember, you're a skilled sailor. So I'm getting this, like, release, okay, going, and there's like this release which allows you to go deeper. This is what I'm seeing here. A release, go deeper, a release, go deeper. And the further down you go, the further high, the more you ascend. It's like you stretch in both directions, and you bring those upper chakras, those lower chakras, the layers of the aura, the communication between them into balance, right? And it's done gentle. So this is beautiful. I love this, because I've been seeing this, and it's time for these energies to really fine tune themselves, really create something new instead of the same thing over and over and over. Don't you feel? I feel that. And then the archangels, okay? They were talking about finding the balance, creating a sacred structure, like literally the trident, literally getting these chakras into balance, coming out of the emotions, right? So for the masculine, look at this Libra energy, really balancing and fine tuning, taking the energy that's coming in, being the sculptor, being the molder, being the artist, the architect, if you will. I'm hearing Chiron come forward, the architect of this structure. And it's blinded, okay? You're blinded, but you're feeling your way. And how are you feeling? What I'm feeling here, I'm getting this clam, right? I'm feeling this renewal, this opening and closing. And it's like whatever makes you feel good, allow that to open you. What doesn't, allow that to close off. Feel your way. This is why I'm just getting this, like,
I like this, feel your way.
yeah, like this, like, fluidity. Okay. It's like we're in that water, and water has this sway, like the trees. How can we use our imagination? How can we step into our brilliance? I don't know why that I'm moving like this.
I love it.
But
you are more in your feminine right now.
oh, it feels so Matrix-like. Okay. Like when he's like, the bullets are all coming, and he's just like, let me just do my little flow. Okay, so the angels really want you to get in that flow. And look at how the planets are here. Look at, like, it's just like flow and learn. I'm feeling learn. Learn about the micro, learn about how the cosmos affect the macro, and how that connects within you, and the fluidity between, because they're the same energy. We're all made of stardust, my loves. Ooh, that feels good. Okay, so we've got that. And then the green witch. Where are you? My little pretty? Okay. We talked about the pomegranate. okay, which I will mention in the Greek culture. This is coming up. I wanted to come up. This is what's put in Colivo. Do you use Colivo, Nicoleta? Yeah, you probably.
I cannot believe you are mentioning that.
I know. We have
But,
this connection between both of us because of
but that's
Orthodox
a fig,
Christianity.
right?
Huh?
That's a fig.
So this is, oh my God, it's a fig. I thought it was a pomegranate. Girl, this is taking me to more places. OMG. This is taking me right to pile number 3 yesterday. Holy moly. Literally, or no, pile number 4. The great flying golden fox. They literally only eat figs. Literally. Wow. Pile number 4 last night. Okay, for the masculine. We've got a purification. Hello. And I got that our systems work together. Actually, I heard that our structures are meant to work together. So that'll be interesting to explore. So this
Between me and you, or what do you mean?
What's that, honey?
Between me and you? Or
Yeah.
what structures?
Yeah, you're 21.
You remember what I was talking about, creating these necklaces together, remember?
Yes, we're gonna have to explore it more. We're meant to do some work together for sure. Well, I mean, we already know that. Snapdragon, okay. I love this because Snapdragon pairs with, guess what it pairs with? Are you ready? Lemurian seed crystal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This purification process, a lot of dense energies, such a beautiful timeline. What I got there, I don't know anybody else, if anyone wants to share what they got during that gorgeous meditation. When I go into Lemuria, a couple things happen. I have a knowing that I was totally in my flow, really learning lots of things, but there's definitely dragon energy, and it's not good. It's not good. It's like mass chaos, fire. That's kind of where I go when I go there. And you can like feel the heat. So that's really interesting. So there's this purification process, and I love that. Really getting the structure of the one, really allowing ourselves to not be stuck in these emotions, as it goes back to all the different archetypes of the oracle that we're sharing, of the composer and what happened when he felt he got stuck with that wound, and how very much Cass could have got stuck in that competition, right? And it's just like we all just have to find our sweet spot, our signature. It's like nobody can take your signature, y'all. Nobody can do you. Only you can do you the best. Okay, so there's this purification process happening. And so in a lot of ways, the masculine is taking a knee right now. He's taking a knee, and he's just allowing. He's allowing is what I'm feeling. This is a big action that's coming, because he understands his communication and his connection with the divine feminine. He knows, I'm talking about the energy within us. He knows he is nothing without her receiving. It is a balance. It's a give and take. It's a flow and an ebb and a flow in itself. And he knows if the feminine cannot receive, then therefore he's not receiving. There's a break in the telephone. And so there's this purification. There's this bigger energy coming in, eroding, if you will. Okay, is what I'm feeling. And if you have you ever seen dried out snapdragons? Ever? You ever seen them?
No.
Guess what they look like? They look like little skulls.
Oh.
Yeah, they literally look like little skulls. If you imagine a picture of like a card of Kali, the energy of Kali, and she's got those skulls. Those are actually snapdragons.
Snapdragons, interesting.
Yeah, snap. The dragon snaps. And it's like this, from the inside out is what I'm getting. I am feeling the heat.
Interesting. Snap, it's
Oh,
like a tower moment. Did you feel a tower moment underneath something?
oh yeah, I was feeling it underneath the root chakra. Yeah. Okay, so like, if you will, the underneath the structure, which is just like I feel there's more to come there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the activation coming up for the masculine. Okay. This is so beautiful. I love when we get together, girl. The feminine's going into that ancestral zone, really feeling that golden fire, really, fueling that godlike quality, seeing the power of who they are in the all, okay, of all creation, not just the dark, really the integration of both, okay. For the masculine, unlocking an angelic frequency. This is totally what we were talking about. Changing of the guards, bringing in
Oh,
frequency.
this
Yes, y'all got to let me know what archangel are you working with that is new for you. Okay. I feel there's definitely new guides. The angels are here. You are safe. You have a very close connection. You're working with angelic frequencies, which are the frequencies of the all. Okay. And then very last, what are we emerging? Okay, we're retreating as the feminine, and that's what we're seeing. We're having this like the masculine's taking a knee, basically allowing this healing, this retreat, this pull back, this unfolding, if you will. And in doing so, we've got the dolphin.
Oh, wow.
So gorgeous.
Oh my God, what came to my mind? I don't.
Oh shit. Oh, is it? Oh, girl, I already know. Okay. Why you go in those places? I'm just kidding. This is above 18, 18 and above, because I know exactly where she went, banana.
Oh man.
Oh my God, I just snorted. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, taking us into this dance. So, this tower moment, so deep, allowing us to pull the light even more, to come through. Why? To allow that release, to see a little bit further, right? To get down a little bit more into that, to really control your breath. Know that you can go, listen, know that you can go the distance, which is totally a ploy about Hercules.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I mean, how much more beautiful can we get on the oracle there? I love it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you feeling for the masculine? I feel you're still here. I am too.
Yeah, I feel you are more than I am there.
You're like an amoeba. I feel all of a sudden I'm feeling like Moana's grandmother. And
Oh yeah. And I
uh-huh.
was saying actually because Moana's grandmother is the medicine of the stingray, and there is something here with stingray stinging us, if that's a word in English, through our seventh chakra system. Like, hmm.
And have you ever swam?
Wow.
Have you ever had
No.
the ability to swim with a stingray?
No.
Oh, you got to do it. It's the most amazing experience. They're freaking huge. I remember holding them on my chest, like, and they're so soft. Um, so yeah, it's just a very incredible experience. You got to do it. I'll try to dig up my pictures and share my stingray.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was. And I didn't know what to expect. They're very gentle creatures, actually. Very
Mhm.
gentle. And this is what I was getting. That's what I was feeling. I'm definitely feeling, and let's think about that. Moana, that her grandmother dies, and
Mhm.
grandmother becomes the ancestor, like
Mhm.
in literally, and how we can, and how that is talking about being in that flow, allowing ourselves to ride on the water, to not be afraid to go into the water. Oh my God,
Mhm.
that's so beautiful. Because they hide the ships. I mean, we could do a whole oracle on Moana.
Next time, next time.
Yeah, that movie is deep,
It
actually.
is. Honestly, you know where the masculine takes me?
Mhm.
The masculine takes me into penetration of the feminine. But the masculine that's the masculine that the tarantula, the spider, artificial energies, the bad. I want to say the darkness, but you know, it's so misunderstood, this darkness. The tarantula, right? The trauma took over the masculine. And so
Is that how you always see my good
true.
spider? Like it's like the darkness is kind of like an armor in a way.
Yeah. But that armor can take over them completely. And so I guess that's what we call narcissists and psychopaths and so on and so forth, you know?
Yeah.
And so there is a feeling here with penetrating the feminine, and it's like it's leaving his trauma inside, and it's taking the emotional juices of the feminine in, because he is so thirsty of that. Okay, where are we going with this? Let's see.
Wow.
I'm
So
going to
he's
use some
like,
cards.
I'm hearing, so he feels enraptured by her. It's very interesting where you're going. I like it.
So I'm going to use this deck to inflame ascension. Okay. We are talking about the twin within, right? That's what the true twin is actually. But that's another oracle.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Going to get potatoes.
That's my husband's way of saying, are you
What?
getting off soon?
Shoving me out. You're leaving in a few days and you're shoving the door on me.
Okay, that's because Nicoleta's going
Hi,
live.
Nicoleta.
Hello. Right in time for the masculine. Oh my God. Oh my God. Crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
So let's see.
Yeah, spiders, while you're doing that, Emma says spiders are so misunderstood in indigenous culture. Everything is secret in our relations. Yeah, and in a lot of ways, it is sacred, but it's like what we're talking about, I we can kind of say it is this wound has manifested and been reinforced lifetime after lifetime. It's actually kind of taken on its own consciousness, you know?
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we are not talking about the spider like per se as the insect animal. What is it? Insect. We are talking about how we see that wound, that shadow in spirit. That's how we see it, some of us. It looks like a spider, like a
Yeah.
tarantula.
It
You know,
literally,
not to you know, insult any culture or anything, you know.
yes, right. It literally does in a lot of ways is kind of like the venom, like Spider-Man venom kind of spider, a little bit more uh inky, right? A little bit definitely blackened, okay.
Mhm.
More wrapped in the emotions, right? And this is what we're talking about. But it's like these emotions are of energies that are lower vibrations. And so that's what I mean. It's kind of taken on a life of its own and really kind of gotten stuck in many of us. And this is what's blocking us from really stepping into this who we're meant to be. Okay.
Mhm.
This is, getting off that loop. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, no worries.
This is what we do all day, you guys. We just like go back and forth. It's like amazing.
And it's four of us. Not only two.
If you could be on the fly on the wall in those conversations.
Oh my God. Okay, let's see what's coming for the masculine. Increase your frequency, higher conscious awareness. What a gorgeous card. I'm seeing an angel. Beautiful, a lot of golden energy. Look at this.
What the angel frequencies?
Can you see it? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm on a delay though. No, I don't know why. Oh, maybe I should look on the phone in real time. Ooh, 5:55. Just saying.
I hope you guys can see it.
Oh, there it is. Wow.
Such a gorgeous card.
Those are gorgeous cards. Are those new, honey?
No, they're not new. I have them for a year now, I think. But yeah, this is the deck. Twin Flame Ascension.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we have that one. Let's see what else. Let's put more cards for the masculine. I'm connecting here with a masculine energy that's very distorted, and more in his feminine, okay? A masculine that's, wow, this is so deep. This is so deep. Okay. So if you're a man here, not necessarily if you're a man, doesn't really matter actually. I'll take that back. It's like the masculine energy is penetrating energetically the feminine inside us, and somehow it's running into the feminine. So our masculine energy here, a layer of it is very distorted and affected of narcissistic tendencies, of what? Of war is what I'm hearing. War. Interesting. Okay, let's move further. Huh. Look at this. Divine Masculine King, 7/7. Ew. Okay. So we have number 3 and number 7. Number 3 is a collaboration, right? A collaboration I'm seeing between the feminine and the masculine. But somehow the masculine, yeah, I'm seeing the masculine is in the house of the feminine within us, because the feminine is nurturing it, is like remothering it, but in a sense of, there is also a relationship of codependency within our energies, masculine and feminine, okay, inside of us. And I have this card over here. I just pulled it while you were talking, Michelle. And now it makes sense. 9 of Wands. War wounding. So this is like a collective wound, right? A collective deep wound, and almost, oh, I don't like this energy, but it is what it is. We are working with what comes through. And this guy is, as you can see, he's all beaten up. He's wounded. His shield is cracked. There is a lot of blood coming out from his solar plexus. But slowly but surely, he is going back home, okay? Going back home in his part of the body, if you want to put it that way. Yeah, there is a narcissistic side of this masculine energy in us that keeps entertaining the relationship of codependency with the feminine in us. And the feminine is still healing herself and still keeps giving from her emotional energy to this narcissistic masculine, okay? Kind of imbalanced, isn't it? And oh, wow. We are going so deep, guys, with this one. And so this, what I just mentioned, is related to the remember when I mentioned that our energetic body, after we go through a certain trauma, or this can be ancestral also, our energetic body can be like severed in a sense. We can be split in two. This is related to that, right? So the divine masculine went to war, and at the same time he was traumatized by, oh my God, very deep, guys, by again ancestral, young boys being taken away from their mothers, right? That trauma kept reinforcing itself generation after generation after generation through, of course, other experiences for each individual from the same ancestral line. It was a different experience, but the base wound was young boys taken away from their mothers, developing this mother wound within themselves, basically looking for a mother in a partner, not for a partner. And so they don't even know they are doing that. And they're expecting so much from their partner, like the partner would be, it would be their obligation. They would be forced to give them all this extra nurturing, or all this extra. There is this thing with extra here, where he should just focus on himself, but how can he? There is a need of a community here. There is a need of more energies around this masculine energy to help him grow up and heal. I almost want to say this masculine is blocked emotionally at a very young age. And so there is a need of a community of other masculines around this individual, this energy, to pull him out from his mother's arms, because he got stuck there. Feminine arms, right? Some situations, the partner arms. So he can be with other men and understand how a man develops and grows, to have like this example. Only that energy is basically pulling him out from that wound. And so in that way he can grow. But he must understand two things in order to go there, to do that. That he needs to do that, he needs to heal. And it's time to stop focusing on that shield, because he's not going to war any longer. He's going to heal in order to become this partner for the feminine. And so the moment the masculine is a little bit bombarded with high vibration, high frequency, high energy, higher from the angelic realm, right? Divine masculine energies. Some men, so I said men, might be in women also, but men might encounter other men that are healed masculine. So they are encouraged to spend more time together, so they can see their example, they can follow an example. So deep. Okay, what else here? I'm getting, let's pull one card for the union between these two energies, okay?
Yeah.
What deck should I use? Should I use Soul Connections or the Romance Angels?
I was feeling the soul connection.
Soul connection it is then. Let's go.
It's like a little. Oh my God, they're both beautiful. Do you think one day you'll create an oracle?
The intention to create one, but
Oh, where-
it's not something that I feel so strongly right now. It's there in the back of my mind, but who knows?
Yes.
I don't know for sure. So the card is rejoice. Embrace your loving connection and rejoice. So we see individuality here, but I'm also seeing the shadows of these two individuals. This is the card. This is how the card looks like. Okay. There is a message here of allowing the shadow to be, right? Because this is the shadow, right? My right ear is ringing so badly right now. Allow the shadow to be. Just allow it to manifest in you. First of all, because if you don't allow it in you, you cannot allow it in somebody else, right? So allow it in you to manifest. And you observe it, right? Don't push down. Don't, what's the word, Michele, here that I'm looking for?
Like, don't go into that like conscious maintenance where you just kind of push things aside, push them down.
Yeah, don't push them down. Don't push it down. Just become this witness of it, right? Just let it be. Feel it. Let it come. Feel it. Cry, or I don't know. Go and lock yourself in your bedroom and scream, yell, curse. What's coming to mind is not for those with addictions, but for someone, there is someone here that you might need a night out, or just you in your bedroom with a bottle of wine, you know, just to be, just one night, you know. And in that way, you allow the shadow of the masculine to manifest and to be also. Of course, there is something called boundary. There is something called communication. There is something called let's grow together, right? You have to take into consideration all these factors. If the gap is too big between you and another person here, your masculine, maybe it's not the time now, maybe it's going to be the time later, you know, to come into this union. Let's see what else is coming through. Past lives, all these past lives are coming forefront today. Okay, should we pull some past lives oracle cards? What do you think? What do you think?
Sure, why not? I'm hearing, can I get a witness? Can I get a witness?
Yeah.
Don't you know that you love some kind of wonderful? That's a cute movie.
So we have biblical. This is one past life that's manifesting here. Biblical. Let's see another one. Interesting. That biblical takes me to religion. So religion or might be a factor, might be something that can be considered a blockage for some of you in your connection, but this religious blockage or this cultural blockage actually goes very deep, goes in a past life where something on that line happened, something around religion, culture happened, but it wasn't identical. So maybe you want to go to the root of it to understand it better, you know. Then we have ships. Another past life. This ships reminds me of Atlantis. And living or travel. And this, my friends,
Love it. Ships.
Yeah, and this one is living or travel. And this reminds me of abandonment issues, okay? Yeah, and they take me to that again, to that little boy that was taken away from his mother too early and forced to mature and grow up, going to wars, and what else? What do I know? Past life regression here might help some of us really profoundly. Past life regression, and then what else here is coming through for our masculine energies? I'm getting that someone here is being very called to give into the Bible, to read the Bible probably, but that someone is very against religion, against the Bible. And so you are encouraged to give into it a little bit, see where it takes you. Surrender to this timeline, see where it takes you, because you might recover a part of you, a fractal, just by reading the Bible. And then ships. Ships takes me to the Atlantean timelines, but also takes me to the treasure chest. What's the treasure chest, Michele? Is the
For me, that's Atlantis. That's where it takes me. Treasure chest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I get the whole story with the pirates, the ships. That's why I was like, what?
Oh, wow. In my head was this connection between treasure chest and soul star chakra.
Ah, well, there is a relationship, right?
Not soul star, earth star.
Earth star. Oh yeah, Earth star, which always kind of comes through for me as Atlantis.
Here you go. We have the connection right here. What else? What else comes for the masculine here with this Earth star? Yeah, this treasure chest and Earth star, to me, it has to do with our abundance, right? Financial matters also connected here with thought, the Atlantean, here you go. And yeah, finances, coins, right? Divine masculine energy makes sense. So there is that. There is like a fragment over there, a healing. And we see all these waters in our emotional body related to the feminine, right? Oh my God, this reading went so deep here in the masculine man.
Well, you could see like with the war, and you could see with the impact, because it is a proven fact, if you watch the history of the world, that it always impacts all war, always impacts finances, which leads to scarcity. So maybe there's this
Here
like,
maybe,
I'm feeling that vortex of its own. Jeez. So much to learn.
So much to heal.
Uncover, recover.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean this because this black vortex, what does it in us, right? I'm not talking about the feminine's black vortex here. I'm talking about another one. this narcissistic vortex, right? It's like looking for supplies, right? Where to suck all that juice from someone, you know, because if I am to be by myself, I'm miserable in a sense, right?
Mhm.
So I have to. And so this is kind of associated with the penetration of the feminine and taking all her emotional waters,
Mm-hmm.
leaving her dry.
It's almost like instead of a whirlpool that's good that spins and goes down, it's like inverted and it's spinning and it goes up. And I see this vortex a lot. It resonates kind of in the center of those timelines, really centered in the inner earth, to be honest. Almost like it makes me wonder if it's the beginning of like what maybe a black hole is if we speak about the macro.
Mm.
That's kind of interesting, actually.
As
So
within, so without, right?
yeah, yeah. And that's kind of how I've kind of seen it. It's kind of interesting because I've been kind of shown, like, speaking of biblical, let's go here. There's the three kings that bring the gifts to Jesus, right? And that's kind of how I see that the timeline kind of looks like a square to me. And the vortex is in the center, and it's like and it's so interesting that there's these archetypes, feel like these energies, these like king and queens on each corner, like representations, kind of like this is more looking in the past. Okay, this is or is it in the future? Who knows? But it shows how that feeds to that emotional body, which centers through the heart. And I feel like that has to do with our circuitry, right? Because we're really electrical beings, to be honest. Our heart can, with the beat and how we stimulate our nervous system, we can power light bulbs, literally. So it's just kind of interesting to kind of take what you're talking about and go and look at the body in itself, as you're saying vortex, I'm thinking could even just be the heart chakra. Maybe you're seeing like Mother Earth's heart chakra as a vortex.
Oh no, it's like when I was talking about this black vortex in the feminine, it felt differently than this one. This one, it feels.
Oh, I see.
Actually what comes to mind right now. You know what I'm talking about here, Michelle? I'm talking about the empath and the narcissist.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. That's why it feels different. But my question here is, are we attracting these narcissists in some situations in our life because we have this narcissist in our masculine energy is the question.
Oh, that's a very good question.
Did we have this maybe tendency, or do we have this tendency to be narcissistic individuals in some areas of our lives? Not overall. I'm not talking here about narcissistic personality disorder, which is the whole enchilada. You are a narcissist, you just want to take from everyone. I'm talking about someone that because they say empath's shadow is the narcissist, right? So what in our shadow is narcissistic is the question. In our masculine shadow is narcissistic, that we magnetize that which is the whole narcissist in another, right? Interesting. So this is what I was talking about, the dynamic between an empath and a narcissist here.
Definitely a relationship, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you know how the what's called to be an empath, right? We want to give a lot, but that's a form of manipulation per se, because you want to give all that so you can prove to someone that you are not worth living, right? you can prove to someone that you have a lot of value, right? And so here comes the narcissist that takes, and doesn't give anything back. Because we need to find that balance in ourselves.
So how can we build the structure, which is the balance of the two, give and take, ebb and flow, back and forth?
That's exactly what we were talking all day today, and we had no idea what we are doing.
Eureka!
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah, that balance, right? We have to find that balance in what comes to mind is in every single body we have, and we have what? Emotional body, spiritual body, mental body.
I feel like there's, speaking of, maybe I'm getting a little, I have had these thoughts before about the mental body kind of holding into that masculine shadow, and the feminine body, or the emotional body holding on to the feminine shadow, and how it's going to go back and forth, the mind and the emotions. And and really, when you see how powerful they are, it's like, whenever you've been in those, I know I've been in those mental states, those emotional states, trauma takes you there. And it's like, what you can create in that moment is really what's kind of coming to the forefront right now, as you're talking about war, which in itself is a trauma, in that fear,
That's why when I was mentioning, like, you have to let the shadow be, you have to allow the shadow to be,
otherwise it just hides.
To come to the surface, and then to be aware enough to make a change. And here comes Michael Jackson. I'm gonna make a change for once in my
yeah, to really kind of take that clay and reformat it, you know what I mean? Which I was going to say is another back to the Clash the Titans moment.
I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to watch it, Michele.
You gotta watch the retro one. The new one, you gotta watch the old one. I'm telling you.
That one I'm going to watch.
Bad cinematography, everything. But the gods literally mold the humans with the clay, like literally. And so, and isn't that exactly what we're talking about? That nothing is ever just is. If you allow yourself to be long enough, you will notice that things will just naturally change because you've been. Do you see that? This is getting very philosophical, but it's like, because energy is always moving, it's like at some point, and this is where we can, like when you're a toddler, you learn how you impact the world. You learn, like, when you cause an effect, right? And energy is always moving. There's always cause and effect. We have cause and effects that are affecting the earth now from wars, of years gone by, cultures, in Africa, like, just horrendous things that still occur. Out of sight, out of mind.
I wanted to mention something here, but it was so interesting. What did I want to say? Oh, I was hearing in my mind, maybe someone is asking, because my phone died and I don't see the comments and that. I don't know if anyone asked, or if they asked within themselves, and I heard it. How do we stop these narcissists from coming into our existence? Well, the simplest, the easiest response, and first that comes to mind, is start healing, right? That's what everyone would say. But I would say, actually, be more selfish. It is not bad, especially for an empath. That's the way to bring the energy back into your first 3 chakras, which are exactly a narcissist's energy lives in his solar plexus. It's like an overinflated solar plexus, the ego, that the masculine, right? Which is not even, it's not a healthy solar plexus. It's overactive, overreactive, inflated, superficial. You see superficial, that artificial, right? And so you need to take your energy from your heart, because the empaths usually have a huge heart, right? And drop it down into your solar plexus, into your sacral, into your root chakra in particular, right? So you can bring yourself more into balance. You can bring your energies more into balance. And speak your truth, right? That's another thing. And speak your truth. When you speak your truth, when you ask questions, like real questions, and you are aware and alert, what is this person? What are their answers to me? Are they just trying to play me? Are they trying to keep me in a loop with? Because another thing about narcissists, they don't give straight answers. They don't give clarity. It just keeps you in this fog, you know? And so that's another thing right over there. This is two things that come to mind right off the bat in order to become a more balanced individual and keep these people at an arm length or at a block length, whatever.
Yeah. Take your power back, you know, take your power back and release those energies. That's really what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you start to feel it, you know, you start to feel that swarm. I've been here many times and I felt it, and even felt it in between, you know, a dynamic, as you know, between my husband and I. And it's like what we can create in those moments and how artificial it is. I love that you use artificial, because that's what we're trying to say. When you use the emotional body to create rather than your spark, your fire, it's like, you know, that's so interesting, actually. When you use your emotions to create, okay, it doesn't really hold, because water is very fluid, right? And so to give that structure, that's where that spider web, it really has to kind of be bound, okay, to really hold a structure. Whereas if you use your fire, your spark, your passion, your magic, what's great about that is, you know, where I'm thinking of the clay, you know, you add water to the clay, right? You get a gloopy mess. You add fire to the clay and you have like something that holds the test of time. As we've taken many of those things out of the ground from hundreds of thousands of years ago. And so that's kind of really interesting what we're talking about. And maybe for a long time, we've been creating based on the emotion, based on the reaction, based on, you know, the pathway through our nervous system. It's just like, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Does this make sense what I'm trying to say here? Whereas if we're more intentional and we're really paying attention and we're really insulating, you know, kind of not controlling, but creating an environment around that's the best for all. It's like you can see between the two, just sitting here talking about it, you can see what's really going to stand the test of time. You can see what's going to be a structure to build off of. You can see a strong foundation and you can see a leaky foundation. You know what I'm trying to say? So basically, you don't create from your emotions. You know, create from intention, create from inspiration. Yes. But in moments of emotions, those types of things that are created, that's what creates war. That's what's created this scarcity. This is what's created this competition. all the ugliness that we can talk about, the anger, which then creates the subconscious scripts when exposed. You see how it continues and flows, each a part of creation. And this is what we were talking about, how the unconsciousness has become something artificial, and it keeps getting reinforced in so many different ways. Potentially, I'm thinking over lifetimes through the ancestry, there just comes a part where we just got to release that toxicity, you know?
And here it comes right now. This is the time when we release it.
I feel it. I feel it so strongly. So this has been an incredible conversation, and my family is wanting me to come cook dinner. I could be on here forever and ever and ever. I can't wait for us to be together.
2 more days. Oh my God. Just around the corner. Can you imagine?
This has been really fun. Who knew how a song, let's go back to the beginning.
Oh my God.
Little dream of me. Oh my gosh. Who knew that a song that just started out as a few notes, a few notes coming together to create a song, and then adding the words, and then adding the passion behind that, telling a story with those words.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Oracle is. It is truth.
So it went so deep, so deep tonight.
Can you feel them? Can you feel your chills like on your heart chakra? It's just like
I feel the pain. I'm in pain, Michelle.
Oh crap! I feel the chills.
Yeah.
Well, wow, you feel the pain? Ugh.
I feel it here in my heart. I have to sit a little bit with
front?
it. After we're done here, I'm going to sit a little bit with my
Yeah.
heart and emotions. Let's see what my emotions want to say tonight to me.
Yeah. See what your emotions want to say. See, what those dark waters are speaking to you,
And you know what we didn't touch tonight, actually, before we end this live? How both of us are in blue tonight. How did this happen?
I know. And did you see? Okay, I want to show you a little bit more on my shirt. I love this shirt. I just got it. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, wow.
It has pine trees.
Yeah, I see that.
So it's like twilight.
Interesting.
Are you going to think the wolf or the vampire? Ooh.
Oh my, the wolf and the vampire.
Both have
Both.
both? Okay, I was just going to do this.
Yeah.
Thinking of the movie Twilight. Interesting. That is a good book, my friend. I don't know if you're a reader, but I mean, it is what it is, but it's very well written. The movie Twilight, or the book.
I saw it. I saw the movie.
Yeah, the movies are, they are what they are, but it's just like something about the written word, and especially like for Twilight. I'm also thinking Hunger Games, when you go into them, when you can feel the mind, the thoughts, it's pretty interesting. That's another really good one, Hunger Games.
I saw the movie again. I didn't read the book.
Yeah, the movies are very good.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what the next oracle will be. This has been really fun. All from a song, which the song is 15 minutes and 14 seconds. So look at that. But how much work and how much dedication went into those 3 minutes and 14 seconds, and the legacy left behind. This is what I think is really beautiful, when you can, come up against Cass, who did this song. You can see it in how she does the lyric. It's like that is what made me so emotional, is you can feel her words, right? And, but you can feel it because she gets in touch with that dream. She looks at that shadow of that competition, I feel, and she finally lets it go so that she can step into her own soul song. Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
and we're going through
Hey,
this.
Michelle. Let's go, because I need to connect with my heart.
Yeah,
It's
you connect with your heart. Sending you love and light, sweetie.
Thank you so much.
Sending you
It
love.
was a pleasure and an honor, like always.
Same. Thank you for all who joined us. We love
Thank you.
your
Thank you, guys.
comments.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, they're getting thank you, beautiful souls. Lots of blessings to everyone. Same. We thank you for, Shay, Mr. Commuse, for sharing your stories. Oh my gosh. So much. So much happens in connection. So even though we're stepping into our individuality, remember we're each the one within the one, right? Yeah. I love it. All right, I'm going to see you in T minus, like, what is it, 36 hours, something like that. It's coming up.
Oh my God. Just around the corner.
Just around the corner. Yeah, I get even longer with Nicoleta because we're flying out together. So we
Yeah.
get 4 hours together.
We are coming from the same area.
Yeah. Who knows?
All
Maybe
right.
there'll be shenanigans in the airport. All right, my friend. Thank you so much. Love you all. We'll chat with you soon. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody. Bye.
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 Okay, hopefully I end it this time. Okay. Okay.